Okay, today we're going to make a foldable on Storm. So we're going to fold our paper hamburger. So where you have a big piece of paper like this, we're going to fold it in half hamburger. But we're not going to fold it directly in half. We're going to leave about 1 inch from the base, from the bottom of the page. So you'll see, once it's folded, your paper will look more like this, where this is your fold, okay, and you will see you have about 1 inch or a half an inch from the bottom of the page to do some writing. Okay, once we have it folded like that, then we're going to fold that hamburger in half, so we have 2 halves, and then we're going to fold that in half again, so that when we open it up, you're going to have 4 segments. Okay? Now we're going to just work directly off of this, this top page first. So the first thing we're going to do is, with it folded, this top portion. Okay, so I've made my dotted lines bold to make my sections a little bit more separate. Now my topic here, just at the top of the page, I'm just going to put storms, because that's what this is going to be about. And then down on the bottom, I'm going to put my labels for my different storms. So I've got thunderstorms in that section, and I've got tornadoes, underneath here. I've got hurricanes, and I've got winter storms. So those are going to be the 4 types of storms we're going to discuss. Now on the top of the flap, I just want to talk about the different characteristics of the storms, what they are, and then on the inside we're going to talk about safety. So we're going to talk about thunderstorms first. Okay, so on that section we're going to write thunderstorms are heavy rainstorms accompanied by thunder and lightning. And that's a description of a thunderstorm. Then we're going to write a description about tornadoes. Okay, so tornadoes are rapidly whirling, funnel-shaped clouds that reach down from a storm cloud to touch Earth's surface. So that's what we're going to write about tornadoes. And then hurricanes. Okay, so this is a tropical storm. A hurricane is a tropical storm that has winds 119 kilometers per hour or higher. And then we have winter storms, and these are when humid air cools below 0 degrees Celsius. Okay, so as you can see, we've written when humid air cools below 0 degrees Celsius, we have the potential for winter storms. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to open up our foldable, and we're going to write inside a description of each of the safety features for each of the types of storms. Okay, so now you can see with the foldable open, we have, this is where the fold is, and then I went ahead and used dotted lines but you'll see the folds from where we folded in half and half again for the different sections. And then we've already written the names down at the bottom when the page was folded. So now we're going to fill in information about each. Okay, so for Thunderstorms, we're going to do several things in regards to safety. We're going to avoid touching metal objects. We're going to find low areas away from trees, fences, and poles so that we're not the tallest thing in the area. If you're in an open area, crouch with your head down and hands on your knees. Stay away from water because water is an excellent conductor of electricity. And find shelter. Get in a car or house, and don't touch metal, bathe, or get, and this should say on a wired phone. So a phone with wires. So you should see that correction has now been made. Okay, so that's all we need to write about the safety of thunderstorms. Then we're going to move on to the safety of tornadoes. Okay, so here are all the things we want to write about tornadoes. Safety, watch a tornado is possible. So if there is just kind of keep an eye out for it. The formation the funnel shape and the could form. If there's a warning, the tornado has been seen or is going to happen. Go to the basement of a well-built building if at all possible. If there's not a basement, go to the middle of a ground floor. Try and stay away from windows. Get under a sturdy piece of furniture. Go into a closet or a small room. If outside, lie flat in a ditch. Try and stay as low to the ground as possible. Go into a culvert if at all possible, and just try and get a hold of something and hold tight. So then we're going to talk about hurricanes. So for hurricanes, again, if there is a watch, it means that a hurricane is possible. If there is a warning, it's expected within 24 hours. If there is a warning, evacuate if at all possible. Leave the area. If not, move to an interior window. I should say interior room away from windows, or the interior of a building. So I'm going to rewrite this one so that's worded better. Okay, so you should see that worded correctly now. Move to the interior of the building away from windows. And that's what we need to do in the case of a hurricane. And then last, we're going to talk about winter storms. Okay, so safety during a winter storms. Try to find shelter. If at all possible, you want to stay warm. Cover exposed body parts and stay dry. So make sure you dress appropriately if at all possible. If you're stuck somewhere in a car, keep the engine running if possible to keep you warm. But you want to make sure that your exhaust pipe, your muffler, is clear of snow, because if you've got snow at the end of your muffler, it could be trapping carbon monoxide in the car. So be really careful about that. And that's all we have for our foldable on safety. So we're going to hole punch this and put this in our notebooks.